Here at the house. Like I said, I wanted to speak on exactly how important it is for a father to be in his kid's life. Um, I usually do these videos here on Facebook Live, and then I and I'll post them on my YouTube channel. You know, so a lot of what I talk about is based on my experiences. You know what I'm saying? I have an 18-year-old daughter, and I wasn't really in her life. And I guess she did turn out to be okay. So she did turn out to be okay. So and every time I've mentioned it to her, as far as me not being there most of the time, she's always tells me like, "Oh, it's okay. Like, now look at me. I grew up to be okay." So, which is, yes. I mean, I think there's a lot of things that she's not telling me. Like whatever struggle she goes through, I don't think she's gonna tell me. And maybe it's better if maybe better if I don't know. Yes. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta get my. Have you seen my earbuds? All right. Yeah, I got my earbuds. They I think it makes the sound better. So, anyways, um, a lot of what I say here, or a lot of what I talk about, is definitely based on my experiences in life. I just went to my aunt's house in LaBelle, and we had a conversation about when we grew up, when I grew up. I was there. So like I said, I already planned on doing this, so I kind of knew what I was going to talk about. I just talking to my aunt, kind of just picked up on a few more things that I thought that it'll be very useful for this conversation or this talk that I'm about to put out there. Um, Earlier today, someone on Facebook, I seen someone on Facebook post some uh, like this lady told her daughter that like she doesn't need her father, and she also and I guess based on what I read, she said that she told her daughter that, look, I mean, like she told her daughter that she doesn't need her father in her life to succeed, and also she doesn't need her mother to succeed. Like, and I think I understand the point she's trying to make as far as trying to make her daughter stronger in life, which, like I said, I understand that part. I understand, but I commented, I replied on that comment. I was like, I don't think that's good advice. I don't agree with that at all. And because a lot of times, men and women, we look at our partners, and we say, I don't need you. I can do this by myself. Uh, and like I kind of I was raised. Well, my dad left my mom when I was a senior in high school, and but he wasn't really in my life, so they were kind of on and off. So the one the steady times that I remember, my mom and dad, what I remember, they were together from the time that I was in sixth grade all the way to 12th grade. So those are the only years that I saw my mom and dad together. From when I was in six, from 11 years old to 17 years old. So 6 years. That's the only time that I saw my mom and dad together. And during those years, I remember my mom and dad nothing but fighting, nothing but fighting. So yes, on that regard, I believe that having, I mean, if you're gonna fight like cats and dogs on a daily basis, then yes, it can definitely be unhealthy for any kid. So I'm the oldest, and I have a brother, and then I have a little sister. So um, we definitely we got we saw we saw that, and I think we definitely unconsciously we pick up on it. And yes, I do agree that having both parents, they are constantly fighting all the time. Definitely yes, definitely yes. I don't think it's a good example. I think it's almost like you're better off, just having one person raising those kids, opposed to um, having the kids in a very unhealthy environment. Now that being said, I think that like right now, I'm a father, married, and I have two babies, and sometimes me and my wife don't agree on certain things, and obviously we no one's perfect, and some relation and no one is perfect, and there's always gonna be bumps in relationships. But we're not, what I'm saying? Like, I think the key is don't quit. Don't quit. Like, try to, because when there are kids involved, I'm 40 years old, and what I see today is people breaking up easy. Like, it takes nothing to break up. And women, women, I mean, yes, men too, but mainly women. I feel like they don't look at the benefit of having both parents, right? So, okay, example, in my case, all we did was in my first relationship with, the mother of my oldest daughter. All we did was fight. All we did was fight because that's all I knew. And it was unconsciously. I did that because it's all I've ever known. And there was a point where I wanted to make it work, and she didn't, and I remember how easy, like, she wanted to break up, and she had one kid before she hooked up with me, and then with me, then she had another kid. So now she has two baby daddies, and she's still pushing for this breakup. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, unbelievable. So again, when it comes to my daughter, I try to talk to her about it, but she kind of deflects the subject. Well, we ain't really. She tells me she's okay, she's fine, and I'm still paying. You know what I'm saying? My my income, my checks still they get garnished, and her mother's still collecting money, and she graduated high school, didn't even go through the graduation. Like, we have a relationship, but to say that it's father and daughter, no, it hurts. I mean, and no, it's just, you know, reality is I didn't raise her, and I don't have any authority over her. She doesn't acknowledge my, how do you say it? My, how do you say it? It's like my guidance, like, try to guide her certain ways, and she ain't trying to hear it. Why would she? Um, so I noticed that a lot of women just, you think you can do better. Well, you think you can do better because I still haven't. I mean, unless, like, put it this way, if the mother of my daughter would have, she got married. After she left me, and after, not just collecting child support, she lives. She got married. She divorced. She can, like, her life. There's no pressure on her, right? She lives a good life. I'm the one that has to pay, and everything that I do, every move that I've made, every time, like, I try to make any type of move in my life, I always have to think about child support. Like, my life revolved and still kind of does revolve around child support. Like, if I make a change, if I want to do better, it's like child support is like, hey, pay us. And obviously, that money goes to her mother. So the importance of having a father in a kid's life. So that when I read that lady's comment about my kid don't need a father, she don't even need me. It's like, I get it. She's trying to make her daughter a stronger person, and I understand that. But statistically, people, kids that have both parents in their home have a much better chance of success than kids with only one parent, single parents. Now, can you make it? Yeah, of course you can make it. Do you need a man? I mean, financially, as long as you collect child support, you don't need a part-time job. Um, but what a lot of women fail to see is that a kid's chance for success is way higher if the father is in their life. And again, can you make it? Yes, you can make it. But it used to be a point where when you have kids, it wasn't about you anymore. It was about, you know what? Let's stay together so we can give this kid the best chance for success. And me and her mother failed to do that. The other day, and I like, I get a lot of these ideas when I go on Facebook, and I see girls post stuff about their baby daddies, right? And I always try to, it's social media for a reason. So I go on there, and if I see something that I disagree with, uh, I usually comment. Anyways, so I remember a few days ago, this girl, she posted on Facebook, just because you pay child support, that doesn't make you a good father. I said what I said. Again, let me repeat that. This girl posted, just because you pay child support, it does not make you a good father. I said what I said. And then I started reading the comments. I was like, because she had a bunch of comments on it. I said, I have to see it. I have to see what, I want to see what people think about this. And all of the comments was, you nailed it, facts. Um, mainly women just basically supporting this idea. And there was a dude that went on there and commented, oh, child support, money is just one aspect of raising a child. You need to be there. You need to be there to support them. I guess be there and then give them, invest time in your kid. Which, if you're with a mom, yeah, I do agree with that. I do agree with that. But if you're not with the mother, I mean, look, am I like, and obviously I don't know who this person is. Just it's just random posts that I've been reading, and I show this to my wife. I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? Like, 'cause I talk to my wife about this all the time. We have talks. So I commented on that post and I said, okay, so taking money from a bad father makes you a good mother. Then I follow with, or is that just a punishment for being a bad father, right? So about an hour later, I went back to see if there was any reply or whatnot, and there was already like 3 likes on my comment. And I said, okay. And then there was 3 likes on my comments, and no likes on the other females. They commented on the, basically there was no likes on the people that was agreeing with her. There was just likes on my comments. So just to put this out there, a lot of us dudes don't talk about this because they don't wanna, because most women look at guys that stand up for especially um these issues. When men stand up for these issues, women see men as negative. Like, what? Like, and a lot of these dudes, especially on Facebook, I feel like there's a lot of desperate dudes that just want to agree with women because they just want to fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they don't say what they feel. They don't say what they really believe. They just want to agree with these females. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, look at me. I agree with you. Like, talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I agree with you. And then you get put in this situation. Even those guys that are in the same situations, they'd rather not say nothing just because they want to be liked by other females. And so, anyways, I was like, okay, well, I got a couple likes on the comment that I posted on her. I got a couple likes on the comments that I put on the girl's status. And all her other friends, or everyone that was agreeing with her, all the females, they didn't like each other. They was just kind of like supporting that idea. Okay. Another hour went by, and I went back on it just to check on it. Sure enough, she deleted my comment, and then she hearted all of her other comments that basically were supporting her idea. And I was like, I thought so. I thought so. I didn't continue commenting on it because I said what I needed to say, and obviously those women don't really want to hear the truth. You just want to hear people agreeing with your idea. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times when it comes to the child support system, it can be really, really hard on the father financially. And if a father, so a lot of times everyone knows. No one wants to say this, but everyone knows that most of the time they're not fair. They're not fair. Most of the time, they take your income to give to her. Now you have to be this great father on 75% of your income. You know what I'm saying? And that's a gross pay, right? So say if you make $500 a week gross, that's not including, taxes taken away. So after taxes, you're probably looking at about 400, right? So that's what my situation was. My situation was, I believe that's what it was. It was $500. I was making $500 a week at that time, gross, and they based my child support on that, which was basically 1 week of your income. So that's 25% gross. So now, if you take in consideration taxes, now you're looking at, now they're taking what, 30%? So now, 30%. So now you have to be the best version of yourself on 70% of your income. You have to be the best father you can be on 70% of your income. So now, again, I don't know the situation. I don't know the situation of, but I just based on the people that I deal with, at work. I mean, I run into a lot of dudes that are in my situation. And again, a lot of time it's really not fair. It's like they expect you to be this great father on 70% of your income. So so again, to be, for so again, so I don't know this lady, I don't know this girl, I don't know this her situation, but for her to say just because you pay child support does not make you a good father, you see what I'm saying? Like men, men show their love financially. That's how men, because we are wired to be providers for women. So if we are taking, if we're helping, if we're taking care of a woman financially, that's our way of showing love. So now, again, going back to this post, just because you pay child support, it does not make you a good father. Well, maybe not, like, not in your eyes, but if dude's paying child support, you know what I'm saying? That's definitely half the battle. One. Two, again, if like, he's got to be not only a great father on 70% of his income, but he has to live his own life on 70% of his income. Okay? So the way I read somewhere where they say, dude, he's not a deadbeat. He's dead broke. You know what I'm saying? I mean, right here in Fort Myers, if anyone that lives in this area in Fort Myers knows how expensive it is for rent, how expensive, just to live, right? So now, yes, I understand. So, oh, well, it's expensive. That's more of a reason to help her or to give her money, whatever. You know what? My wife, she has a 13-year-old daughter. She eats off our plate. And I don't mean that literally. I mean that when my wife cooks, it doesn't take an additional $100 to cook for her too. Okay? She lives under our roof. But it doesn't take an additional, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna live here anyways. It's not like we're gonna live under a bridge. It's like she's gonna live here with us anyways. So it doesn't take, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't take an extra $100 a week, an extra, you know what I'm saying? Like what they claim. Having a father, not having a father, it affected me. I feel like I didn't reach my full potential. You know, it may sound like an excuse, but I definitely feel that if I would have had the right guidance from a father, because no one, no one in this world will give you better advice. No one in this world will give. No one in this world wants you to do better than your own mother and father. So to not have a father in your life, it's really not fair for that kid, for any kid. Like I said, I grew up and I know who my dad is, obviously, but to say that he was there to be a father, to say that he guided me, to say that he helped me out, to say that he pushed me to be the best version of myself, no, no, I didn't have that. So for that lady, when I was trying to get her to come out here live to talk about this, to basically have this conversation because I feel like you know, like I said, maybe in her situation, her that her daughter's father may not be a good man and may not be the a good example for her, and maybe in her situation, yes, she is better off without him specifically. But to say that kids don't need a father, no, no. If you look at like she gave me this example, like from broke to Harvard. Some girl. If you haven't seen that documentary on this girl who went from broke and ended up, with no mom and dad, and she ended up going to Harvard and it basically became very successful. So she was basing her own life on that. She was like, "Look, she did it. So can we. So can my daughter." And I was like I said, I wanted to. I told her, I have no doubt. I mean, maybe, like, pretty sure that your daughter's very smart and your daughter can do this. But again, everyone that students at Harvard, I doubt that most of those students come from a single parent house. I really doubt it. So I think that having a father in your house, both mom and dad, I think gives you a better chance to go to Harvard, to succeed, to be a better person, better man or woman. Um, with the system. A lot of times, women don't even think about giving the father a chance. It's just like they can't even wait. They can't wait for him to fuck up so they can have an excuse to kick him out because they know they're kicking him out. They get a check every morning. I mean, every morning, every month. So if they get a check, because another thing is, they get a check every month while their inbox, Facebook, Instagram, whatever social media you want to put out there, women's inbox are usually filled. So a lot of times, like women can't wait for their baby daddy to fuck up so they can kick him out and just bring another dude in, collect money from him, and dudes are so. And I'm telling you, dudes are so desperate these days, man. And a lot of times, a lot of these videos that I make, I wanna advise dudes, don't be so desperate. Don't be so desperate. You're desperate, like you're being so desperate allows these women to do what they do. Cash apping girls or sending, however the fuck you say. I don't know. I don't know if that's even a word, but when you send females money through Cash App, because that's what they do. You'll maybe put in their Cash App out there, so dudes can bless her Cash App, bless my Cash App. So the more dudes do that, the more they know they don't need no man. So a lot of times, whenever you have kids with these money hungry females, you really stand no chance. You know what I'm saying? Because once you have a kid with her, 25% of your income goes to her. So now she has 25% of your income and another dude at her house. And they want to claim they love their kid because they give them, but if you really love your kid, you should keep the father around. If a father fucks up a little bit, no one's perfect. It's like, it's not like work it out, man. Because yeah, financially, yes, you are gonna do better. Financially, you're gonna take his money, and you and your kid are gonna do much better financially. But in the long run, years from now, that kid is not gonna make. I mean, I'm not saying that everyone, but if you look at the statistics, more than likely they're not gonna make the right moves. They're gonna make more than likely they're gonna make wrong decisions. Um, there she is. What's up? I was trying to holler at you, see if you want to come live with me and speak on this. Let me know if you still want to. No? All right. Anyways, I wanted to say that having a father, have a kid having a father in his life has a much better chance of success than not having a father in his life, his or her life. It doesn't matter. Um, like I said, whenever you have a kid, you can't wait for this dude to fuck up so you can leave him and collect money from him. Um, Again, financially, yes, you are gonna be in a better position financially, but that's your that's your present. That you are gonna be living a better life now. but we're not considering the kids' future. Because once they come, because if you look at society and where we're at right now, if you come from a broken home, more than likely uh, you're not gonna make the right moves. More than likely you're gonna make the wrong moves. You're gonna move different. If you see those people, they come from a house with mom and dad live there. For the most part, they make the right choices. You know, so I feel like I have a second chance. I got a second chance in life. I got a second chance in being a father. And everything that I'm preaching, I'm that type of person that I do practice what I preach. And I thank do thank God that I got a second chance in being a father. And now that I got this chance of being a father again, I definitely I'm gonna I'm gonna capitalize on this. And like I said, I had just went to my aunt's house in the Bell, and I was just telling her that I am 100%, 150% committed to my kids to make sure that I put them in a position to succeed. I was I was though. Okay. Okay, look, break the law, no one. Okay, look, I understand what you're saying as far as not blaming our parents for our choices. Yes, I understand that. I'm not saying that it's our parents' fault, but there's a level of influence that come from our parents. Okay, there's a level of knowing that if you fuck up, you're gonna let your parents down. So when you come from a broken home, it's not that level of I'm gonna let my parents down. It's really not that. It's not there how it would be from someone that came from a house with two parents. Okay, growing up, let me give you an example. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I don't know if you came from a house from both parents or just one parent. I don't know that. I don't know. But I know that when I was growing up, and I remember getting in trouble. My buddies, and I remember getting in trouble, and I came from a house with only one parent, and I remember to get in trouble, it wasn't a big deal. It was not a big deal. And then the dudes that were with me, I remember there's two guys they were with us, and they came from a house with both parents. Dude, they totally broke down like holy shit, like and at that particular time, I looked at them and I was like, man, y'all weak, y'all pussies. What the fuck it, we get in trouble and it ain't shit. Like, and now today, these motherfuckers, they went to college, they graduated, they became something. Because to them, it meant something to get in trouble. And it meant they were gonna disappoint their parents. I didn't have that feeling of disappointing my parents because getting in trouble, so fuck it. I feel like getting in trouble gave me more like street cred. You feel me? I was an idiot. You know what I'm saying? That's a idiotic mentality. No, I'm not blaming my mom for the choices I've made, but not having mom and dad and having the right guidance, my mentality wasn't, oh, I can't fuck up. My mentality was, I don't give a fuck. At 40 years old today, I see now how important it was. Because, dude, today I'm still paying. Me, 40 years old today, I'm still paying for shit that I did when I was in my early 20s. While my classmates, while my peers, live a great life of success. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them. And then the one what I learned and what I took out of that, uh, I'm definitely gonna share this with my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm 150% committed to my kids. And like I was telling my aunt earlier, my goal, my goal is to put them in position to succeed. And once that happens, once me and my wife see our kids, and once me and my wife see our kids succeed in life, then I made it. That's my definition of making it. And I truly, truly believe that I'm going to give the best chance for success to my kids because I'm here supporting them, because I'm here guiding them. They need me. They need their mom. And I want them to know that. I want them to know that if family makes you strong, okay? Having a strong family unit makes you stronger. It does. I know there's a lot of pride of and oh I'm self-made. Okay, maybe that's pride. You know what I'm saying? Family, a strong family unit is way more valuable than being self-made. Because being self-made, all that does is feed your ego on I don't need nobody, but you do. Okay, I need my wife, I need my kids, and they need me. So that's the importance of a father in a household. You know, I'm committed to my kids to give them everything they need. Not luxury, they need. Whatever the fuck they need, I'm gonna make sure I give it to them. And part of that is me coming home and treating their mom the way she needs to be treated. You're saying that you don't need anyone? You're right. You're right. You're right. I don't agree. Look around. Look around. The strongest units are family. I mean, I'll put it this way. Yes, I maybe you made it. Maybe financially you made it. You made it happen to you and daddy, and you and your daughter. But you can't say you're happy. Well, humans, humans are social creatures by nature. The fact that you cut them off doesn't make you happy. It does not make you happy. Matter of fact, I would argue that it makes you unhappy. Matter of fact, I would argue that you do that because you have a fear that they're gonna leave you, and that's why you want to avoid that pain of people walking out by cutting them off, and then it's doing only you. I doubt that. I think you're lying. I mean, it sounds great. And it sounds great, and it helps you move forward. But I doubt it. I highly doubt it. That's not. I mean, you can say that, but that's not true. It sounds great, but it's not true. Oh, I see. I had the fear of being alone years ago. I don't have one. How do you know it's not true? How do I know it's not true? Based on what I know of people. I mean, I understand that everyone's different. Yes, I understand that everyone's different. But again, what you're saying, look around. Look around. People don't want to be alone. People are happier when they have their partner next to them. How do you know it's not, how do you know it's not true? You saying that you're happier by yourself, again, it sounds great to you, and you justify being alone by saying you're happier being alone. So when you say that, you automatically justify the fact that you don't have no one. Ask around, look at people who have someone with them. Ask them if they're happy with them. You know what I'm saying? Like people like people like having a partner. I love my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was single, I was chasing women, and I knew that one day this was gonna happen. I'm way happier. I mean, how do you know it's not true? Also, you have a daughter. You like being with her, but again, I mean, good luck. I mean, you want to continue lying to yourself and saying how happy you are being by yourself. Good luck. But we all know that's not true, and people might agree with you just because, hey, they just don't argue. But that's not true. That's not true. We all need humans. We're social creatures. You have a mom and you have a dad. You were created to humans. Right. The things that you are saying, just the moment. Again, just justifying the fact by yourself. That's what you're doing. So when you justify the fact that you're alone, then you don't need no one. You can just still want there you're happy by yourself. That's not true. That's not true. Look around. Look around. No one wants to be by themselves. That's true. Again, you have a mom, you have a dad. They made you. Okay, you made a dog with some dude. Okay, it didn't work out with him. Now you want to say that it's better. It might be without him, but to say it's better with no one, that is not true. That's not true. My daughter is gonna come and she's gonna find a dude and I definitely wanna be the best example that I can be. So whenever she gets older and it's time to choose a partner, I wanna be that example. So when she chooses a partner, she knows what to choose. Son, my goal is to be the best version of myself. So when he gets older, I wanna be an example for him. Like I was telling my wife, the very least he can be is like someone like myself. So that's why I need to be the best version of myself. So I can demand out of him. But hey, like I said, good luck. Good luck. But I think again, just because you're happy living by yourself, which is a lie, I think it's wrong for you to put this out like it's normal or if it's a good thing to be by yourself when it's not.
all need someone. Okay, even if I have my wife, I have a couple of friends that I talk to kind of, like, because when people are creatures, we need people. All this made shit, all this, all I'm happy with myself. It's not true. It's a lie. Good luck. Thank you. I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna continue. I'm trying to put truth out there so my kids can see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna. Yeah, let's go. What's up?
Can you? I just woke up. Hang on. The light up.
Man, I can't hear. Is it me or is it you? Can you
See
hear
what I'm
me?
watching?
I can hear you.
Okay. I can't see. I think it's my